All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another time together where we get to share life. So today I'm going to share about my 10-year vow and why I went on a vow, what motivated me, what made me make that decision. Stick around. Want to share this story with you guys because it's changed everything in my life, and I am where I am because of this decision. And it was a radical decision. So at the age of 17, well, actually rewind back to 15 years old when I encountered Jesus. Had a radical encounter with Jesus. Grew up in the church, but I truly had a genuine born-again experience at age 15 that had caused me to reconsider my whole life and what I was planning to do with my life, right? So one thing I'm sure that you know, that we know, that marriage is part of what we consider life, right? Marriage is what we consider, well, this is the next part, the next phase of life. Let's get married, right? So along with the American dream, in surrendering to Jesus, I surrendered the marriage life. Well, I surrendered it in my heart, and I was like, Lord, I don't want to get married because it's the next thing to do. So I'm just gonna give this over to you and whatever you want. So in that meantime, so between ages 15 and 17, I actually previously never even had a relationship as well. And so during that time, I'm like, I don't need a relationship. Like, I got Jesus. Like, he's fully satisfied. Like, life with him is spectacular. So that made me really contemplate, like, Lord, am I even called to marriage? Like, when I say I surrendered marriage, I mean that, like, the idea of marriage, like, I'm gonna get married one day. So when I did that, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, if God wants me to get married, I'll get married. If he doesn't want me to get married, I won't get married. Like, I'm completely neutral. Like, whatever you say. So in that surrender, and in that contemplation, I actually began to really think more about, what if I never get married? Like, what if I stay celibate? What if I choose, like, celibacy as a way of the rest of my life, as following Jesus in this way? So I began to ponder that and the possibility of that. And so that led me to, when I was 17, I had went up to IHOP, International House of Prayer in Kansas City, and I heard of this woman. She made a 10-year vow not to be in a relationship or get married or any of that. So I'm like, I like that, like 10 years, you know? And that just it was a quick seed in my heart. That was in December. Come back to Orlando, doing life here. I'm 17 years old, finishing my 11th grade year. And in the springtime of 2009, I was like, let's do it. Well, like, really, literally, like, one day I just woke up and I'm like, let's do it. 10 years, let's go. I'm hopping on. Like, and I didn't tell anybody. It wasn't a big show. It wasn't for anybody to know. It was just like me and Jesus going on this journey. I'm saying yes to following Jesus in this way. And so I just went on it, hopped on it. I told one of my friends, my good friends back then, and the journey started for me. And so I was 17 at that time. And so my whole thing was saying, all right, Jesus, like, here's 10 years for you just to have your way with me, to not be distracted by a relationship, to not engage or think or entertain marriage. Let me just give these 10 years and see what adventures would unfold by simply following you with all my heart. Like, I don't even know how to, like, compare these years to anything else, because it's kept me just on track with the Lord. It's kept me guarded in my heart. Every relationship that I had with a girl, with a sister, had the essence of purity. It had detached me from all the marriage vibes, if you could call it. Can I call it that? The marriage vibes. The like, oh maybe, like, no, like, I'm following Jesus. Like, I'm not, like, I'm serious. When I do something, I'm gonna be all in, and I'm not gonna, like, there's no maneuvering way out of it, you know. So I definitely took it serious, and just guarded my heart, and then like was able to build solid relationships with sisters without any of that weirdness, you know. And it's been the most incredible journey. So I'm coming up to the end of my 10-year mark here soon, and let me tell you, like, I'll be straight up honest with you guys. This was the most worthy, and this was the most amazing decision I could have made in my life. Like, anything for Jesus. Like, any yes to Jesus. Like, honestly, I don't even know if I fully heard God on this situation. God didn't tell me, go on the vow. It was more of like, Lord, like a beautiful, like, Lord, let this be the sacrifice of my heart of saying yes to you for these 10 years. Let my devotion to you grow. Let my love for you grow. Let my commitment and faithfulness to you grow in the single years of my life. You know, and so it just brought me freedom, and it brought me joy, and it brought me consecration and concentration, and I was able to give myself to the work of the Lord. I could guarantee you, like, I would not be where I am if I didn't take this vow. The vow has kept me focused on the eternal glory, on the eternal prize, on eternity, and what we're actually here to do. We're here to build His kingdom. It's kept me vigilant, you know, and sober-minded, sober-hearted. Relationally, it's been beautiful. So I want to conclude this video by saying no amount of yes to Jesus, no decision of sacrifice to Jesus will ever be regretted. Like, I don't regret saying yes to Jesus and going 10 years unplugging from any possibilities of relationships. Like, I would do this all over again. Happily, like, I would say yes to Jesus again, because He is so worthy, and He is so good. He is so like, this is why we exist, to give Him glory. And so for you guys that are single out there, I'm not telling you all to go on vows, although y'all should really consider doing something of like precious devotion to Jesus. It is the most beautiful sacrifice in the heart and eyes of the Lord. But I do want to encourage you guys, if you're single out there, take advantage of your single years. Don't just throw your heart around to any old person and go from, you know, what if this, what if that person, like, no, like, guard your heart. Keep yourself pure. If you're called to marriage, you know, allow the Lord to protect you. And then when you know that the Lord carries your heart and you trust Him with the marriage or the future for yourself or for your future spouse, like, you can be free from all the what ifs that come up along the way. Like, you just go hard after Jesus. Even if you take a period of consecration unto the Lord, 3 years, 5 years, even 1 year, just saying, Lord, I don't want to even entertain that. I want to entertain you. I want to follow you with all of my heart, because this all ends with the wedding. This all ends with us getting married to the bridegroom, to Jesus. And so it is culminating. And so I believe God is raising up a bride that is wholly consecrated to Him, and He is worthy of it. Jesus is worthy, and whatever sacrifice you may even ponder or think about doing, it's worth it. He's worth it, and He will never fail you, and He will take you on the adventure of your life. So thank you guys so much for watching. just kind of opening my heart, my life, my story about the 10-year vow. Maybe you're called to one. Maybe I can encourage you in any way. If you had any other questions about the vow, about my life, about this stuff, comment below. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe as well if you're not subscribed. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Peace.